Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16. Does anyone remember what we read yesterday?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We read that the demigod's mother, Aditi, was lamenting because of the separation from her sons. Her sons had left Indrapuri. And when Kashyap Muni, her husband, came and saw her very aggrieved, and he asked her that why is she feeling very sad? Why is she lamenting? And so she said that because she misses her sons, and she doesn't know where they are and how they are. So Kashyap Muni then asked her, inquired from her that whether the regulative principles have been properly executed. Has she been following the the regulative principles properly, and whether the principles of religion, economic development have been properly executed. And she said yes, she's been doing whatever her duties, whatever she has to do. And so then Kashyap Muni asked her to worship Lord Krishna and do a penance, uh, uh, Vasudev, like Lord Krishna Vasudev, for 12 days. It's a 12 days worship. Uh, I remember till then.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to hear more in detail about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Tasmad Isha Bhajantya Me
तस्माद् ईश भजन्त्या मे
Shreyaschintaya Suvrata
श्रेयश्चिन्तय सुव्रता
Rita Shriyo Rita Sthanan
ऋताश्रियो ऋतस्थाना
Sapatne Pahina Prabhu.
सपत्ने पाहि ना प्रभु.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Samishla Prabhupada. Therefore, most gentle Lord, kindly favor your maidservant. We have now been deprived of our opulence and residence by our competitors, the demons. Kindly give us protection. Aditi, the mother of the demigods, appealed to Kashyap Muni to give the demigods protection. When we speak of the demigods, this also includes their mother. So she was saying that, like how Krishna is equal to everyone, but yet he favors the devotees. So like that, she was like, okay, I understand you're equal to the demons, to the demigods, but the demigods need your help now. Parer vivasita saham
परेर्विवासिता साहं
magna vyasana sagare
मग्ना व्यसनसागरे
Aishwaryam shrir yashasthanam
ऐश्वर्यं शीर्यशः स्थानं
ritani prabaler mama.
हतानि प्रबलैर्मम.
The demons, our formidably powerful enemies, have taken away our opulence, our beauty, our fame, and even our residence. Indeed, we have now been exiled and we are drowning in an ocean of trouble because they had to leave the heavens, right? The demigods had to leave it. Brihaspati told them, you'll just go. Yatha tani punah sadho
यथा तानि पुनः साधो
prapadyeran mamatmaja
प्रपद्येरममात्मजः
तथा videhi kalyanam.
तथा विदेहि कल्याणम्.
Diya Kalyana Kritama.
धिया कल्याणकृतम्.
O best of sages, best of all, those who grant auspicious benedictions, please consider our situation and bestow upon my sons the benedictions by which they can regain what they have lost. Shishukovacha
श्रीशुक उवाच
evam abhyarthito ditya
एवम् अभ्यर्थितोदित्या
kastam ahasmayan iva
कस्तम् आह समयम् इव
aho maya balam vishnu
अहो मायाबलं विष्णुः
neha baddham idam jagat.
स्नेहं बद्धम् इदं जगत्.
Kadev Goswami continued, when Kashyap Muni was thus requested by Aditi, he slightly smiled. Alas, he said, how powerful is the illusory energy of Lord Vishnu, by which the entire world is bound by affection for children. Kashyap Muni was surely sympathetic to his wife's affliction, yet he was surprised at how the whole world is influenced by affection. It's true, no? We get so carried away because of our attachment to our family, our kids, and we do things which normally we may not do, but because our children may say, no, please, please. Vadeho bhautiko natma,
क्व देहो भौतिको नात्मा
vachatma prakrite paraha,
क्व चात्मा प्रकृतेः परः
kasya ke pati putradya,
कस्य के पतिपुत्राद्या
moha eva hi karanam.
मोह एव हि कारणम्.
Kashyap Muni continued, what is this material body made of 5 elements? It is different from the spirit soul. Indeed, the spirit soul is completely different from the material elements from which the body is made. But because of bodily attachment, one is regarded as a husband or son. These illusory relationships are caused by misunderstanding. So here Kashyap Muni is giving her knowledge, and knowledge, the difference between the body and the soul. Our relationships are based, the illusory relationships. You see, these are thinking that one is my husband or my son is based on the body. So he's saying this is caused by misunderstanding. The spirit soul, Atma or Jiva, is certainly different from the body, which is a combination of 5 material elements. This is a simple fact, but it is not understood unless one is spiritually educated. Right? In theory, we may know theory, yeah, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. But the next moment, what we are doing, we act as if we are the body. So Kashyap Muni met his wife Aditi in the heavenly planets, but the same misconception extends throughout the entire universe and is also here on earth. So Prabhupada is pointing out that this thinking that we are the body, not only are we thinking this on this earth planet, but even the heavenly planets, the demigods are thinking we are the body. There are different grades of living entities, but all of them are more or less under the impression of the bodily conception of life. In other words, all living entities in this material world are more or less devoid of spiritual education. The Vedic civilization, however, is based on spiritual education. And spiritual education is the special basis on which Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna. That is the message of the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is giving to Arjuna, the teaching. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna instructed Arjuna to understand that the spirit soul is different from the body. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantar praptir dhirastatra namo yati. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 13. So although we say that, oh, when I was small, I used to do this, I used to go here, I used to live there, but we don't have that small body anymore. Right now our bodies are completely different. And yet we are not able to understand that I'm not the body, I'm the soul. So even while we are in this body, the body is changing. The body that we were born with is not there. The body when we were young is not there. So, and then one day we will have to leave this body. That is 100% guaranteed. So, unfortunately, this spiritual education is completely absent from modern human civilization. No one understands his real self interest, which lies with the spirit soul, not with the material body. Education means spiritual education. We think education means which degree, which university. Have you done undergraduate, graduate, masters, what PhD, what subject? There's more and more different subjects coming out, more and more universities, more and more certificates. But we are not being taught that we are not the body, we are spirit soul. In fact, our illusion is becoming more and more. Everywhere we look around us, the propaganda is more and more that we are the body. To work hard in the bodily conception of life without spiritual education is to live like an animal. Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloke kashtan kaman arhate bhujam. Ye. Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, Text 1. People are working so hard simply for bodily comforts without education regarding the spirit soul, right? When we ask someone, who am I? We say, oh, I am man or I'm woman, I'm this born in this family or this nationality, this community. But we are not being given the education that we are spirit soul. Thus, they are living in a very risky civilization, for it is a fact that the spirit soul has to transmigrate from one body to another. Tata dehantar prapti. Without spiritual education, people are kept in dark ignorance and do not know what will happen to them after the annihilation of the present body. They are working blindly, and blind leaders are directing them. Right? We don't know where we are going after we leave this body. We don't know. So Krishna, that's why he says that take up devotional service. He says in Bhagavad Gita that even a small amount of devotional service can save us from the greatest type of fear, greatest danger. What is the danger? That in the next life we can become an animal. So at least engage in devotional service. So if not able to perfect in this life, at least can get a human body in the next life to continue with devotional service. Andayathander upani yamanaste pishatantriam urudamni baddhaha. Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 31. A foolish person does not know that he is completely under the bondage of material nature, and that after death, material nature will impose upon him a certain type of body which he will have to accept. Just as we were forced to accept the current body that we are in. And nobody asked us. We didn't have to fill out a questionnaire. There was no choice which body you want, which species, which family, which planet, which nation, which community, which gender. No, we just found ourselves in this body. We may like it, we may not like it, but we have to accept it. Similarly, the next body also, we're going to be forced. At one time, we'll be forced out of this body and we'll be forced inside another body. He does not know that although in his present body he may be a very important man, he may get He may next get the body of an animal or tree because of his ignorant activities in the modes of material nature. Like how there's that story, right, of Narad Muni, that he goes to this man. He's a very rich man, keeps going to him, tells him, "Come with me, leave your family." "No, no, my children are still just now beginning to take care of business. I can't go with you." Then Narad Muni comes again. "No, no, no. Now my children are set in business. Now I want to see their children. I want to see my grandchildren." Or then again Narad Muni comes. No, no, no. I cannot go because I see my children are not able to take care of the property properly. Yeah. Then when Narad Muni comes next time, oh, he's dead. Oh, where is he? They were gonna kill a snake over there. He was that man. He had taken, because he was so attached to his family, to his snake or dog, I forgot. But they were like gonna kill him, but they didn't know he's their father. But because he was so attached, he had taken birth in the same house. Again, he was guarding the wealth over there, guarding the house. So we don't know what our next body will be. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness. And that time, then Narad Muni told him, "Now, no excuses from you. Let's go." Narad Muni pulls him and takes him with him. So, therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement is trying to give the true light of spiritual existence to all living entities. This movement is not very difficult to understand, and people must take advantage of it, for it will save them from the risky life of irresponsibility. Prabhupada is saying that if we don't take up devotional service in this life, then we are being irresponsible. How is it that we are being irresponsible then? How is it being irresponsible?
Because we'll come back again here.
Yeah, we'll
We are
come
not
back again.
fulfilling
Yeah.
the goal. It's a temporary, and we'll keep falling again and again in the cycle. We'll be in the cycle of birth and death. So that's
Yeah.
not our goal.
Yeah.
Take up the
Everybody.
body of a lower right species. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah, forced to accept the body, whatever karma we have did, and we get the next life, animal
Forced
or
to
a
accept.
species, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Because this human body we have responsibility in this human body, and that is to get out of this world. There's like for animals, there isn't, right? Animals, there is no rules and regulations. They don't have to follow. They don't have any sort of government or systems, right? They don't have temples. They don't have to study or hear or chant. But human beings have to. So that is a responsibility in the human form of life to make the correct choice.
And also it says, right? Krishna says, so it's there in Bhagavad Gita, right? The last moment of when you leave the body, when what
Yeah,
you think,
that's
that's
right.
what you get, right? The
Yeah,
next
Krishna
level.
says, Antakale chamameva. Yeah, at the moment of death, if you think of me, you will come to me. Whatever we think of, we will attain to that state at the moment of death. So, mostly, what is the probability that one will think of at the time of death? Because one may say, "Oh, well, I will just think of Krishna while I'm dying. Why should I think of him while I'm living?"
It will not happen.
Oh, yeah, it's not going to happen. That's right. Mostly, what will happen is whatever we have been thinking throughout the life, we are naturally, that's what we are going to think of at the time of death. Okay. Upatisthasva purusham
Upatishtasva Purusham
Purusham
Bhagavantam Janardanam
Bhagavantam
Bhagavantam
Janardanam
Janardanam
Sarvabhuta Guhavasam
Sarvabhuta
Sarvabhuta
Guhavasam
Guhavasam
Vasudevam Jagadgurum.
Vasudeva
Vasudeva
Jagadguru.
Jagadguru.
My dear Aditi, engage in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the master of everything, who can subdue everyone's enemies, and who sits within everyone's heart. Only that Supreme Person, Krishna or Vasudev, can bestow all auspicious benedictions upon everyone, for he is the spiritual master of the universe. With these words, Kashyap Muni tried to pacify his wife. Aditi made her appeal to her material husband. Of course, that is nice, but actually, a material relative cannot do anything good for anyone. If anything good can be done, it is done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev. Therefore, Kashyap Muni advised his wife, Aditi, to begin worshipping Lord Vasudev, who is situated in everyone's heart. He is a friend of everyone and is known as Janardhan because he can kill all enemies. So Aditi told him, I'm sad because my children, they had to leave the heavens and go away. Now I don't know where they are, how they are doing, what's happening to them. I don't know. So now you protect them. So then Kashyap Muni, instead of saying, yes, main hu na, I can do everything, I will bring back the children, he's saying, no, you worship Krishna. So again comes to point what Prahlad Maharaj says, right? That there is no material solution to our material problems. There's only spiritual solution. Because Kashyap Muni is telling her, you engage in devotional service, you do bhakti, you worship Lord Krishna, and it is He who is going to make everything all right. It is the Lord who will save you. Everything will be okay once you worship the Lord. So he is a friend of everyone and is known as Janardhan because he can kill all enemies. There are three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And above material nature, transcendental to material nature, is another existence which is called Shuddha Sattva. So this material world is ruled by these three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. That's how we are controlled: goodness, passion, ignorance. Now, the spiritual world, that is Shuddha Sattva. There is no goodness, passion, ignorance there. There's only transcendental goodness, pure goodness. In the material world, the mode of goodness is considered the best. But because of material contamination, even the mode of goodness is sometimes overpowered by the modes of passion and ignorance. Right? In the material world, somebody may be in the mode of goodness, but we may see that sometimes passion overcomes them or ignorance. It may happen to us also. Like we may wake up early in the morning, but then as the day goes, so early morning in the mode of goodness, as the day progresses, then passion, a lot of activity, let me do this, do that, let me go here, go there. Then by the time evening, tired, then I want to sleep. That's ignorance. So, but when one transcends the competition between these modes and engages himself in devotional service, he rises above the three modes of material nature. Or goodness, passion, ignorance, we can also see like when we may do puja in the morning, but then as the day progresses, we'll say, no, 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 I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work. So see, from goodness, we are going to ignorance, passion. And then, oh, now I'm so tired. I'm going to go, I'm going to go, do something. I'm going to go sit down and watch TV for 3 hours, 5 hours, because I'm so tired now. So then ignorance comes in. So, but devotional service, pure devotional service, is above the modes. That's pure devotional service. In that transcendental position, one is situated in pure consciousness. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. Bhagavatam 4.3.23. Above material nature is the position called Vasudeva, or freedom from material contamination. Only in that position can one perceive the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. So when one comes to the Vasudeva platform, when one rises above the modes, when one is liberated, he's on the transcendental platform, Shuddha Sattva. Then one can see God face to face, one can understand God, one can talk to Him. Thus, the Vasudeva condition fulfills a spiritual necessity. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. When one realizes Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he becomes most exalted. Paramatma Vasudeva is situated in everyone's heart, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So one may say, where is Krishna? I need to talk to him. He's there, right? He's right here in our hearts. Tesham satata yuktanam vachatam priti purvakam tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted and who worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Bhagavad Gita 10.10. So Krishna is saying that to the devotees, I'm giving them the understanding. I'm gradually giving them the intelligence of how to engage more and more in devotional service, making arrangements for them to associate with the devotees, so they can gradually be with Krishna. So Krishna helps. Krishna helps the devotee. The devotee is not left alone to do everything by himself. No. Devotee puts in the endeavor and then Krishna makes the arrangement. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 18.61. So one may say that Paramatma is only in the heart of human being. No, in all the living entities, everyone's heart, Paramatma is there. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. The sage who knows me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Bhagavad Gita 5.29. This is the peace formula. What are the three important things to understand to become peaceful? It's in this verse. That Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Krishna is the supreme controller, supreme enjoyer, and he's the best friend of all living entities. Yeah, he's the supreme enjoyer. He's the supreme proprietor. Everything belongs to him. And he's our best friend. He's there in our heart. He's waiting for us to remember him, to turn to him. Whenever one is perplexed, let him take shelter of the lotus feet of Vasudeva, Krishna, who will give the devotee intelligence to help him surpass all difficulties and return home back to Godhead. Kashyap Muni advised his wife to seek shelter at the lotus feet of Vasudeva, Krishna, so that all her problems would be very easily solved. Thus, Kashyap Muni was an ideal spiritual master. He was not so foolish that he would present himself as an exalted personality, as good as God. No, Kashyap Muni is not saying, yes, yes, I will help you, I will help you. No, he's saying Krishna will help you. You worship Krishna, you pray to Krishna. Krishna is the only one who will help you. So that's how Prabhupada is saying he's an ideal spiritual master. He was actually a bona fide guru because he advised his wife to seek shelter at the lotus feet of Vasudeva. One who trains his subordinate or disciple to worship Vasudeva is a truly bona fide spiritual master. The word Jagat Guru is very important in this regard. Kashyap Muni did not falsely declare himself to be Jagat Guru, although he actually was Jagat Guru because he advocated the cause of Vasudeva. Actually, Vasudeva is Jagat Guru, as clearly stated here. Vasudevam Jagat Gurum. One who teaches the instructions of Vasudeva, Bhagavad Gita, is as good as Vasudevam Jagat Guru. So, because the supreme spiritual master is Krishna. So, any spiritual master who tells us worship Krishna, engage in devotional service to Krishna, surrender to Krishna, then he is actually also Jagat Guru because he's repeating the words of Krishna. He's not saying anything for himself. He's simply saying, Krishna is saying, surrender to me. Spiritual master is saying, surrender to Krishna. That's all. But when one who does not teach this instruction as it is declares himself Jagat Guru, he simply cheats the public. Krishna is Jagat Guru, and one who teaches the instruction of Krishna as it is on behalf of Krishna may be accepted as Jagat Guru. One who manufactures his own theories cannot be accepted. He becomes Jagat Guru falsely. So just simply repeating what Krishna has said, following Krishna's instructions. We don't need to manufacture anything. Krishna has already said what we need to know. We simply need to understand it, follow it, and repeat it. Any questions, comments?
Very strong message.
Very strong message.
Message, reminder, booster that, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Krishna is the protector. He's the ultimate protector,
Ultimate shelter. Yeah.
shelter for us.
Because she's worried. She's worried. She's depressed. She's lamenting. She's sad. She's like, my children, my children. What's going to happen to them? And he's saying, you pray to Krishna. Everything will be all right. Take shelter of Krishna. He's the best friend of everyone. So Kashyap Muni, we can see his quality, really qualified. Sabidhasyati te kaman
Savidasyati te kaman
harir din anukampana
Hari Dinanukampana
Kampana.
amogha bhagavad bhaktir
Amoga Bhagavad Bhaktir
netareti matir mama.
Netariti Matirma.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very merciful to the poor, will fulfill all of your desires. For devotional service unto Him is infallible. Any method other than devotional service is useless. That is my opinion. There are three kinds of men who are called akama, mokshakama, and sarvakama. One who tries to get liberation from this material world is called mokshakama, because desire to get liberation, mokshakama, okay, desiring to get free of this material world. One who wants to enjoy this material world to its fullest extent is called sarvakama. Enjoy as much as I can, lot of material desires. And one who has fulfilled all his desires and has no further material desires is called akama. A bhakta has no desire. So, one who has no desire. So there are three kinds of people. One who wants liberation, another who wants to enjoy this material world to the fullest, and one who has no desire, only he's understood. I am part and parcel of Krishna. I just serve Krishna. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam. He's purified and free from material desires. The mokshakami wants to achieve liberation by merging into the existence of the Supreme Brahman. And because of this desire to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is not yet pure. And since those who want liberation are impure, what to speak of the karmis who have so many desires to fulfill? So, of course, the jnani is much more superior than the ordinary karmi. The jnani, one who desires liberation, is much superior to one who simply wants to enjoy the material world, because the consciousness is already there that I'm not the body, I'm spirit, soul. So then, nonetheless, the Shastra says, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarade tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether one desires everything or nothing, or desires to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is intelligent only if he worships Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service. Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Text 10. So no matter which category we come into, in either of these three categories, Bhagavatam is saying, worship Krishna. Because all the desires Krishna can fulfill, whatever our desire may be. And by worshipping Krishna, one is intelligent. Kashyap Muni saw that his wife Aditi had some material desires for the welfare of her sons. But still he advised her to render devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, everyone, regardless of whether he is a karmi, jnani, yogi, or bhakta, should invariably take shelter of the lotus feet of Vasudeva and render transcendental loving service unto him, so that all his desires will be duly fulfilled. Krishna is Dina Anukampana. He is very merciful to everyone. Therefore, if one wants to fulfill his material desires, Krishna helps him. Of course, sometimes if a devotee is very sincere, the Lord, as a special favor to him, refuses to fulfill his material desires and directly blesses him with pure, unalloyed devotional service. So, this is when when Krishna is seeing, oh, this is a pure devotee, this devotee is so sincere. Why should I fulfill his material desires? He's just going to stay longer in this material world and increase his suffering. He's not able to understand that. Yeah. So, because someone may get scared that, oh, Krishna will not fulfill my desires. No, of course, Krishna fulfills all our desires. Whatever desire we have, Krishna fulfills. But if he sees that one is really, ready to come back home, back to Godhead, but there's just a little bit there remaining, and he says, why should I fulfill this material desire? So Krishna gives him unalloyed devotional service. It is said in Caitaniya Caritamita Madhya 22, 38 to 39. Not sure how long is this purport. Is it very long? It's only this. We'll just finish this quickly then. Okay. Krishna kahe ama bhaje mage vishaya sukha amrita chari visha mage e bara murkha ami vigya e murke vishaya ke nebdiba swacharnamrita diya vishaya bhulaiba. Krishna says, if one engages in my transcendental loving service, but at the same time wants the opulence of material enjoyment, he's very, very foolish. Indeed, he's just like a person who gives up ambrosia to drink poison. Since I'm very intelligent, why should I give this fool material prosperity? Instead, I shall induce him to take the nectar of the shelter of my lotus feet and make him forget illusory material enjoyment. So Krishna is saying that this person, he's engaging in devotional service and yet he's holding material desires. But I'm intelligent. I'm not foolish. Why should I fulfill his material desires? I want him to taste something which is not available here in the material world. The nectar of his lotus feet. So if a devotee maintains a material desire and at the same time very sincerely desires to engage at the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna may directly give him unalloyed devotional service and take away all his material desires and possessions. This is the Lord's special favor to the devotees. Otherwise, if one takes to Krishna's devotional service but still has material desires to fulfill, he may become free from all material desires, as Dhruva Maharaj did. But this may take some time. So Dhruva wanted a kingdom greater than that of Lord Brahma. And Krishna gave him. By engaging in devotional service, when Krishna came before Dhruva and told him, ask me, what do you want? Dhruva said, no, I don't want anything. I've seen you. What more can I want? I was foolish. I was looking for some broken pieces of glass. So, however, if a very sincere devotee wants only Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna directly gives him the position of Shuddha Bhakti, unalloyed devotional service. So that's why we are advised, whether we are full of material desires, desiring liberation, or no material desires, take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna. So when Dhruv Maharaj, he realized, right, that what he had asked for is actually, mm, he, I mean, after he saw Krishna, he saw Lord Vasudev, then he realized, right, this is what he wants, and that is like broken pieces of glass, what he had asked for, right?
Yeah, he didn't even ask for it.
Something
Yeah,
more clear.
that's
Yeah.
what
So
he
then
didn't
why
even
did
want.
still Krishna? So then why still did Krishna give him when he's like how now it says, right? When the person is, a pure devotee, then he will take away all
Yeah,
his material desires.
but Krishna still gave him because Krishna said, otherwise people will think that they come to me and I don't fulfill their desires. No, you had this desire, I will fulfill it for you. You know? So to show that Krishna does fulfill everyone's desire. This is in the case of very pure devotees that Krishna will directly just give them, engage them in pure devotional service directly without giving them opulence. So as like different examples, right? So Dhruva Maharaj is an example of one who
Mm,
wanted some wealth, and he came to
yes.
Krishna, and Krishna fulfilled that desire. So it's encouraging for people, you know, that, oh, yes, Krishna does fulfill desires. Because everyone may think that, oh, Krishna doesn't fulfill desire. Oh my God, then why will I worship him?
But then here again, Krishna says also, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm not foolish, I'm intelligent, and I will
yeah,
take away this, right? Like
yeah.
material desire
But then
because
how many
he's
people are
pure.
ready to, yeah, that's right. For people who are ready to accept it, no? Because the general person will get afraid, oh, Krishna will take
Yes,
away everything from me. So
everything,
people will
we
be
don't
so
want. Yeah.
afraid and not even take shelter of Krishna. So this is like for the really devotees who are like really on a high level. So then Krishna is like, you already, you don't need anything. You just need me. I'm just going to directly engage you in devotional service. So Krishna also uses his devotees to be as examples for us, right?
Mm,
So some like four types of people, four types of pious people approach Krishna, Krishna says.
mm,
And if one engages in devotional service, Krishna is fulfilling their desire and also giving him devotional service. So Dhruv Maharaj, he's a great devotee. We can see that when he left, when he was dying, he stepped on the death and climbed in the aeroplane. He was engaging in devotional service.
mm.
Although Krishna made him rule 36,000 years, I think, right? Or something.
Yeah.
So, but he's a pure devotee. He's ruling with Krishna consciousness. And when he died, he stepped on top of death. We get afraid, oh, death is coming, death is coming. Dhruva Maharaj, the golden aeroplane came to take him. The Vishnu Dutas came to take him. He's stepping on top of death to get into the aeroplane. So very exalted personality. Very exalted. Krishna has given him the pole star, which is Vaikuntha actually. Yeah. So Krishna gives. He gives.
And there also he's just doing that only now. Devotional
Yes.
service. Yeah, just
Yeah. He's doing the engaging in devotional service. He's think,
and he took his
he took
mother
care of
also,
the.
no?
Hmm?
He took his mother also, no?
He
Because
took
she
his
was
mother
avoiding.
also. Yeah. He took his mother also. So Dhruva Maharaj, that's why we are hearing about him in Bhagavatam. He's a great personality, a great devotee of the Lord. He's a pure
Yeah.
devotee.
So Hare Krishna. So it means like whenever you started your bhakti, even you have material desire inside you, but slowly Krishna like remove all your material desire from your heart. Like when you are attracting or attaching more and more to Krishna, right? And
Yeah.
this is the way how Krishna motivated or like give position like a true devotee. But you have to start. Even you have material desire, but if you start slowly, you will become the like the pure devotees. Like if
That's
you'll
right.
step, yeah. So
That's
like Dhruv Maharaj did. Uh,
that's right.
mm.
Yeah.
So we have to start at least with baby steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. It's like lots of stories when like not a story for us it is a story, but these are all are happened in past, right?
Yeah.
These all are
Yes.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. It's history.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And lots of things for us to learn.
Mm. Because this material world is full with lusty desire, lusty attachment, and so, like very few people. So we are also fortunate. At least we are hearing.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
even we are not like accepting all truth, or we have still material desire, but still we are fortunate. At least we are hearing, and we know like what
Yes.
is truth.
Yes, and
Yes.
like see now we are asked right to engage in devotional
Yeah,
service,
yeah. So
chanting.
it means
So
God.
it's like cleaning, no?
Yeah,
Cleaning
it means
our hearts.
Krishna has some plan for like people like us, right?
Yes. Of course.
So we can
Of
think like that
course.
also.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Yes.
क्योंकि बहुत
Yes.
सारे लोग हैं ना, why we only, बहुत सारे लोग
Yeah.
हैं, and but we are listening every day, and we are
You're
so there.
fortunate.
Yeah, we are, there is some plan.
So Krishna's
मतलब
mercy.
ऐस
Yeah.
yeah,
It is
Krishna's
Krishna's
mercy.
mercy on us.
Yeah,
Yes.
तो वैसे सोच सकते हैं तो maybe will attach more and
Uh,
more.
yeah. Of course.
uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Krishna Kripa.
Krishna
Krishna
Kripa,
Kripa.
yeah.
Mm.
Yes. मे बी हम उतना प्योर दास न हो सके, नॉट सो प्योर सर्वेंट, बट we can be a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. Like somehow we
Yes.
can attached.
Yes. That's what is
Um,
needed. That's what we have
yeah,
to be.
yes.
Mm. That's what Lord Chaitanya says, right? Dasanu,
Mm,
dasanu, dasanu, das.
mm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Jai,
Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai,